9, 8, 7. We have a go for main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff.
Give it up for Naughty by Nature.
What is up? What is up? What is up, SFL Nation? And welcome back to SFL Nights with AJ Stryker. Thank you so much for joining me today or tonight or whenever you decided to hit that play button or turn on that radio dial. I really appreciate it, y'all. First person on the scene is Mr. Ryan Davis checking in. What's going on, Ryan? It's always good to see you, man. Lately, you have been one of the ones that's been checking in first, and I really do appreciate you for always tuning in every week. Tonight's show is going to be a little quick, so I wanted to get my boy Terrell Southerland on. He got some interesting news that he wants to share with the entire league, and I'm really happy that he decided that he wanted to come and share that news with you guys through me. But I also wanted to make sure that I get everything done, get my interview out of the way, get my drink done tonight so that we can make time for Eddie and Brett over at the Streets of Talking. So we're kind of sharing the day today. And I told him I was going to be done by 9:30. So let's just see how it goes. All right. Again, shout out to Ryan Davis for being here. Thank you. Anytime. I appreciate you, baby. I got to have you back on too whenever you decide to come on and have some time. I'd love to have you there. All right, so I'm going to do a very, very quick run through of week 9, my picks for week 10, and how I've been doing so far. I guess I can kind of start off with that. Last week for week 9, man, I went 5-4. I was 6-3. And of course, I tell y'all I hate when I get my game wrong, and I sure did, man. Like it was crazy. Very close game, and I'll tell you about it in a second, actually. Now, for those that are new or my radio listeners, I actually have a graphic on the screen that shows all of my picks are in gold. All of my, the ones I got wrong are in red, and the ones I got right are in green. So again, I am 5-4 for week 9, which would mean I am 50-23 on the season. So not too bad, but got to get some more wins in that column. Got to be right about my team at least. You know what I'm saying? So everything went down as follows. We had the Vancouver Legion taking on the Anchorage Wolves. And Ryan, what happened, man? 20-16, Vancouver. Bossier City took on Lexington Miners, and Lexington. Now, please forgive me. I have the scores on the screen, but I don't have my glasses on, unfortunately. So if I get these scores a little bit off, please forgive me. Y'all see the scores on the screen. But it looks like Lexington wins 48-29 against Bossier City. Los Angeles Lakers wins over the Carolina Skyhawks 24-7. Birmingham Hellhounds take the win over the Oklahoma City Renegades 51-24. Dang, man. Woo. Minnesota Legends took on the DC Dragons, and DC came out victorious 41-27. Florida Storm battled Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh wound up winning 37-17. Mexico City took on the Houston Headhunters and gave them their loss, 31-17. Albuquerque took on Washington. Washington wins 24-10. And of course, the heartbreaker for me, Arizona Scorpions goes down at home to Detroit Maulers, 34-31. And I mean, if you did not get a chance to watch any of these games, I definitely encourage you to. The scores are definitely not indicative to what actually went on the field that day. Check out game links to our shows, everything on simfl.net and VFN on YouTube. Quickly going over my picks for the week 10. And now, of course, Eddie and Brett over there at the Streets of Talking are going to go over everything in depth. They always do. And that's one thing that I do appreciate it because they are so in depth with how everything went for the previous week. I don't have to be, I just go ahead and just say if I was right or not, just let you know the scores and we just keep it moving. But I see you guys commenting. I'll make sure I get to that in a second. Week 10 picks goes as follows. Now, on Friday, we had a very short week over in Arizona. We start things off March 22nd at 8 p.m. We are 3-4, taking on the 6-1 Birmingham Hellhounds, and Birmingham will be at home. I've been kind of helping Eddie with the scouting and the simming and things of that nature. Birmingham is no joke. They have been giving us some fits, so we definitely want to add more wins to our column, at least get back up to 500 and better. So, of course, I'm going for Arizona to win, but it will not come without working hard. DC Dragons will be taking on the Albuquerque Adams at 8:15 p.m. Eastern. I am going with DC on this one. They have a very strong showing versus the Albuquerque Adams that are just trying to get it together, man. I really hope that they do. Third game of the night, 9:45 p.m. Eastern, the 5-2 Mexico City Aztecs will be taking on the Florida Storm, sitting at 4-3 at home. I'm going with Florida Storm to win this game. It's very hard to pick between these two teams, but I do like Florida in this one. Last game, March 27th at 10 p.m. 4-3 LA Lycans taking on the 6-1 Detroit Maulers. Maybe I was a little sore, you know what I'm saying? It's a home game for Detroit, so I don't know. Maybe LA will go in and do what they did to us. I don't know. But, it's all in good fun, though, guys. But I am choosing LA to win this game. And Detroit, hey, y'all proved me wrong last week. Prove me wrong again this week, guys. On Saturday, the 28th, And I see I got Terrell back there, so I know he could probably have something to say about that. March 28th, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 2 and 5 Pittsburgh Riverhawks taking on the Bossier City Steamers, sitting at 3 and 4. I'm going with Pittsburgh to win this over Bossier City. I mean, I do like Bossier City. I do like Johnny over there. I just don't know if I'm not Johnny. I do like their offense over there at in Bossier City. They will be at home, so they do have that advantage. But I just think Pittsburgh is going to be playing angrily, so I think they're going to take this win. Fort Worth Toros sitting at 3 and 3. We're taking on the Miami Rays, sitting at 1-6 until Miami can show win on this one. That's going to be at 6:45 p.m. Eastern at 9 o'clock p.m. on Saturday. We've got 4 and 3 Washington Trident going against the 6 and 1 Houston Headhunters, and I am going with Houston to win this game. Of course, I think Washington has the pieces to win, but Houston has just been firing on all cylinders, and it's really, really hard for me to go against them this season. Last game, rounding things off, 9:15 p.m. Eastern, will be the Anchorage Wolves taking 4 and 3. Anchorage Wolves taking on the 1 and 6 OKC Renegades. I'm going with Anchorage. Ryan, you hear me? I'm going with you. You see this? Don't let me down, or else I'm gonna have to call you back up here, and you're gonna have to answer for this. And Monday night game spectacular will be the 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern on March 30th. 4 and 3 Minnesota Legends will be taking on the 1 and 5 Chicago Warriors. I'm going with Minnesota to win this game. I need Chicago to show me more than just one game, man. I want to go for you, man, but you got to show me something. Tonight's team dedication, I decided to do a drink for the Storm. So I hope you guys are watching. Of course, I'll clip them so you guys can see what we're doing for you guys. Hot, you want something to drink? I was going to do some food, but I was like, no, I don't feel like cooking. It's actually hot in the desert. It's freaking All right, can you give me a thumbs up, guys, if you can hear me? For some reason, my mic went out. Looks like my lights are lighting up, so I think it's working, but just let me know in the chat for me. All right. So as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, I'm making a hurricane storm. It's going to be the Florida Storm Hurricane, and it's going to consist, let me go ahead and get my notes up so I don't mess this up. All right, hold on 1 second. I'm not going to leave that up there the whole time. All right, so we got the Florida Storm Hurricane. Of course, you will need ice, a spoon, and a shaker. You're going to need 2 ounces of blue curacao and 2 ounces of white rum, 4 ounces of pineapple juice, 1 ounce of lime juice, and 1 ounce of grenadine. Now, the recipe also called for, if I wanted to, you can put some simple syrup in there. But I tasted the blue curacao itself. This bad boy is sweet enough. I don't think I need the simple syrup in there. So what we're going to do, I'm going to add some ice to our shaker. Got some of that good Sonic ice too, man. That crushed ice, hey, it's going to be delicious, man. It's so delicious. And then I'm going to take the rest of it and fill up my cup. I had a pretty glass, but I don't know what happened to it. You know, somehow it just disappeared. So this is what we're working with tonight. All right. So we're going to start off with a rum. I don't really drink like that, so I didn't want to get like a whole bottle of rum that's just going to be sitting in my house for years and stuff because I don't really drink like that. So I got some airplane shots. I know that this is 1.5 ounces. I use half of this to be 2 ounces that I need. Add all of this to the shaker. So I'm adding this whole thing of Bacardi white rum and half of this one. If I can get it open forward. Okay. All right, half. Then we're going to go 2 ounces of blue curacao. Now, I know that this is a 4-ounce cap for me right here. So I'm just going to fill this halfway with the blue curacao. Boom, got that in there. 4 ounces pineapple juice. This whole thing. And I got some key limes. I mean, hey, we talking about Florida, right? So I got some fresh key limes. I'm going to use my spoon. There's no seeds in here. So I'm going to use my spoon to kind of make sure I get all that juice out. And all I need is 1 ounce of it. So I'm just going to use 1 key lime. All right. Got that one done. Y'all see me? How can you see? I'm so sorry, y'all. Let me see. Hang it down a little bit. You can see the ice. Okay. All right. All right. Boom. Put everything together. Make sure your shaker is together, please. The worst thing you could do is not make sure that your cap and your rubber is on. Oh my God. Shit going everywhere. And you're supposed to be shaking this until it gets ice cold. Few shakes, you know. Like I said, I'm not really a drinker like that. So the more I shake, the more this gets a little bit watered down. You know what I'm saying? All right. Looks beautiful. So you go ahead, pour this in. That. Take a grenadine, and you're going to use the back of your spoon to help float the grenadine on top so it stays right where it needs to be. Turn the spoon on the back. Pour the grenadine right over the spoon. Kind of mixed, but it is what it is. I'm not a bartender, as you can tell, but I do all right. Garnish with your big orange wheel, a couple of maraschino cherries, and we're good to go. Now, that little trick that I just did, for some reason that didn't work for me. I'm kind of disappointed, but it's all good. We're going to taste this. Yeah. Yeah. If you like tropical, sitting on a beach, looking at the ocean kind of thing, just relaxing, man, this is it. Oh my God. Well, cheers to you, Florida Storm. That is for you. I will definitely link the recipe in the bottom of the description so you guys can refer back to it. Let me see. I got 7 comments. I'm going to bring my boy up real quick. Terrell, you ready? Bring you on, sweetheart. Go get my comments in too. Oh, man. Anchorage, blowing it again for you. Yeah, damn it. Hey, man. We blew it for ourselves, too. I mean, hell, I picked us to win, too. It didn't. See what happened. Yeah, we blew it. We did too, man. What's up, Robert? I knew you was gonna show up, man. I knew you was gonna be here. What's going on? Well, wait. You picking against us? I mean, yeah. You know, just this time, I just want you to prove me wrong one more time. Just prove me wrong one more time, all right? If we lose, I'll be disappearing. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Also, good evening, Wolf Lord. That'll learn me. Okay. All right. Let me see. Okay. So
apologies for the delay.
So let me know when you're ready. It's real, okay? Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Uh, I'm all right. I've had better days, but can't really complain. Just been working,
Mm,
staying out the way.
yeah. Should I feel you on that, man? Sometimes it's better to do that. Concentrate on what you can do, and then let the rest of it wait. But
Hmm.
it's good to see you, man. You look healthy, and looking good. So thank
Appreciate
you,
it. Of
thank you for being here, love.
course.
Since we kind of limited on time tonight because I know you got stuff to do, and I definitely wanted to get you in. I wanted to know, and I kind of wanted you to go over what were some of the player positions and front office positions that you've held since you've been here. How long have you been in the league, like
I
altogether
want
since you
to
were?
say who. Now, this is going to make me sound ancient. I've been here since my freshman year of high school, and I was the class of 2021. So that's like 2017. Like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we coming up on decades soon enough.
Oh, head, huh?
Sometimes I forget it's even been that long.
Man, I feel you, especially as fast as time goes. But what were what were some of the different positions? Because I know you've been a fullback, and then
Hmm.
you were on defense too, right?
And now actually, little known lore, I originally joined the league season 6 as a receiver and kick returner. However, because the league started to cost money that I didn't have as a middle schooler, obviously, I didn't come back until my freshman year of high school as a linebacker. Then came the fullback and a brief stint at offensive tackle. I don't know how that happened, but came back as a fullback and now we are making another linebacker.
Man. Okay. All right. So that kind of led segued to you had a big announcement that you wanted to make for everybody this evening, and I'm gonna
Hmm.
go ahead and start with that first, and then I'm gonna go ahead and flow with the rest of it.
Right. Um essentially, of course, as many of y'all already know, I've already discussed this with the team, but I am stepping down as the owner that was already announced, and along with the ownership title, I will also be essentially giving my player build the old Yeller treatment and starting anew in the league
As a linebacker.
as a linebacker, of course. And actually, I've already been assigned to a SFLM team, Boston, which
Oh,
a- as a diehard Southern, I don't know how I feel about being put on a Boston team, but hey, we just gonna rock out with it.
I was gonna ask you about that. Like, damn, man, you from Georgia? You from the South? How does that work?
Not even Georgia. I was living in Georgia, but I'm actually a little further south down Delta, Mississippi.
Oh, you moved. Okay. What? When
Yeah.
you move?
I unfortunately had to move back to Mississippi around August of last year, and that's kind of where I've been out of the community. So a whole lot of things transpired between I want to say the early part of last season to now, and I'm just now getting to the point where I can really give my time to the league again. And given my absence from the team, I feel like it's only right that, you know, I kind of step down from my ownership role because my biggest dream was always to be an owner. And unfortunately, by the time I got there, you know, life kind of started getting in the way. So I couldn't really do the things I wanted to do as an owner. So here we are.
I respect that because that kind of led. I was going to ask why didn't you wait to the end of the season, to step down and to make these decisions? But sometimes you got to do what's best for you in your time. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I do wish you the best of luck, and going back and starting over. There has to be some kind of excitement about having to start over because I know that you came into the league as the 31st overall pick at fullback. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I think that was probably prior.
Yep, and
Not including season 6,
if my
but
memory serves
and that's a
correctly,
position that always doesn't get the headlines of attention.
I'll go ahead. My apologies.
No, go ahead, baby. You fine.
Oh, I thought you had froze for a sec. And if memory serves me correctly, I was one of the last fullbacks in my class to be selected. The last one, or
And
there
your
was
last
probably
one,
one undrafted free agent after me. I was the last one in the draft.
man, Mr. Irrelevant, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So, because that position doesn't always make headlines, how did you shape your mindset early on to be able to be like, all right, I want to be effective for my team. I understand that I'm not going to always get the looks that I want. How do you train your mindset to be team oriented instead of player focused, like just focused on you?
Mm-hmm. I think that kind of has to do with my mindset in general, playing sports. In real life, I was always kind of like a team first guy, a real motivator, especially in practice, in the weight room. I was always the guys to hype up other teammates. I was never much for, to have the spotlight on me in particular. So it kind of makes being a virtual fullback a whole lot easier because it's more so I'm building a character up so that my running backs have a bigger lane. My offensive line has an extra man to help block in the run game. My quarterback has a safety valve out in the flats or on a swing. And
Very
occasionally they
important.
reward me with
Very
a
important.
5-yard gain.
So why go back to being a linebacker then?
Honestly, linebacker was the position I fell in love with the most, just growing up watching football, like watching a Luke Kuechly, watching a Urlacher, watching his name escapes me right now. A Ray Lewis, watching Ray Lewis growing up, and it was like, yeah, if any position little kid me was fascinated with, it was the man in the middle.
Love it. Let me see. Hold on. Sound is out. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
Oh
this is
boy.
never mind. Back on.
Okay.
We're good. Just two more questions that we're gonna get going because I know Eddie and them they're ready to start too.
Alright.
When your career is all said and done, do you want to be remembered as a great player or as someone who helped change how people respect and evaluate the fullback position in the SFL?
Honestly, I would like to think that, my build was part of that early, like that late APF, early 2K4 revolution of fullbacks. Me, Shan, aka Hattori Hanzo. I don't know if he still has that player floating around, but it's like me, him, and probably like a handful of guys were like within that same like career age wise, and Like we were doing things that most people were never doing with their fullbacks. Lining up at tight end, lining up as the primary halfback, just getting touches in like just getting touches in general at a high volume at times.
Something I was going to ask. So playing in Detroit, and this is my last question to you.
Mhm.
Playing in Detroit, what was the expectation placed on you within that offense? So were you more the tone setter, a protector, a hidden weapon? How do you personally measure your success in the role that they had for you there?
I think from day one, I was coming in as like a veteran presence for a really young team because like that first season of Detroit, like pre Detroit to like basically that last Indianapolis squad to that first Detroit squad, it was I think I want to say the roster was well over 20% SFLM builds, guys that were just now getting their foot wet in the pros or they only been here for like less than 2 seasons. So coming in like off rip, I knew I was probably going to have to be the veteran of the offense, which is definitely was a new experience because I was at least when I first got to Charleston in comparison, I was like the young player on the block. Now obviously that was different by the time I left, but coming into a situation, a new team where from day one I'm the veteran presence was definitely it was definitely an experience, and I wouldn't trade that for the world.
Dope, man. I'm glad that we were able to catch up a little bit tonight. I do want to talk to you a little bit off camera, just to make sure that the man are okay, So I got
Yeah.
some other personal questions, everybody else really need to know. But before I let you go, I just want to know if you have any last words, if you have any words for the new breed, the new rookies that are watching and maybe want to create a fullback or maybe want to create a linebacker, maybe somebody that's interested in joining the front office of a team, because I know you've been a part of a few front offices. So what advice would you have for these new people or people that are seeking to be involved deeper in the SFL?
To get deeper, man, talk to these people. Talk to these people, even if you may not have had the best interaction with them in the YouTube chats or in the Gen chats. Get to know some of these people, especially in DMs. If like, yeah, it may be uncomfortable like the first couple times, but it's like you like honestly, you don't get the full SFL experience until you really get to know the members of the community. And of course, with that comes more opportunities, whether that's your player or even getting to coaching, front office, scouting, or hell, even outside of that, like like what's the word? Lead staff, like broadcast team. There's so much stuff you can do in this league outside your player. Just get to know the community at the end of the day.
Hey, great advice, man. I know I got on a lot of people's nerves when I came in season 12. Boy, I was talking to everybody. That chat was lit up. But I totally agree with you. Making yourself known and just being out there, asking questions, making sure people know who you are is important. And I remember the very first time I had you on the show, you told me you was going to make an impact, and you did, man. So I wish you the best. And I don't appreciate, how y'all whooped us last week. But, that's water under the bridge now.
Hey, all I gotta say is them boys want a ring over there.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Love it, man. But we'll catch up soon. And hopefully, if you have some more time later on in the season and you have anything else you want to announce, or let us know how you liking it over there in the Boston Rebels, I'd love to talk to you about that. Okay.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good.
All right, Terrell. Thank you for your time. And everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us this evening. We're getting ready to shoot it on over to Eddie and Brett and Say It With Your Chest on Twitch. That will be airing actually right now. So with that, y'all have a fantastic night. Looking forward to bringing you another great podcast next week, y'all. But until then, y'all stay safe, treat each other well. For Terrell Striker, we are.
Yeah, fall back too close. You ain't even know me. Trust my brothers from way back from the north. It's the end of your spending like they owe me. Gotta stay select. Don't come around to me. Better come correct. Different lives that we lead. I'm in the Nike check in a bag of Louis V. Shoes on them up is, lights don't make no sense, pop up for a minute, I swap on my whip, lenses and BMs, lights don't make no sense, fall back too close, you ain't even know me, trust my brothers from way back from the north, it's the end of your, spending like they owe me. Ain't no ain't no time unless it's reason. It's the talk or the show. It's that stress to get at me, and it's closer to the chest when your pocket's too deep. Shoes on them up is, lights don't make no sense. Pop up for a minute, I swap on my whip, lenses and BMs, lights don't make no sense. Fall back too close, you ain't even know me. Trust my brothers from way back from the north. It's the end of your spending like they owe me.